Hey guys, welcome back. This time I want to do a reading on Trump, and I want to do a reading on whether or not he will be allowed to declare a state of emergency to build his border wall. And the reason why I wanted to do that was because it seems very apparent that he wants to. So I am going to do a reading on that. We are going through some really rough times. So I welcome everybody. I welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you for joining me. I very much appreciate you coming along on this journey with us. We are going through some really rough times in United States history. This will probably be talked about, and maybe we will be able to laugh about it then in the future, sometime down the line. But right now, it's a pretty serious matter what we're going through. So I wanted to thank you all for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate all of your comments, but I do want to say one thing really quick before I get into this reading. Be kind to each other, help one another, support one another, take care of one another. Try not to, there's going to be a lot of people on my comments, and sometimes I do leave up certain messages because I want to highlight some points, and like especially if they support positions of Trump without doing any attacking, I'll leave those up, and so we can discuss it. First of all, it's not to put anybody back into the shadows, any negative energies back into the shadows so they can fester and then suddenly show up again and surprise, here it is. We need to keep them out in the open. We need to discuss this. There probably are Republicans, there are independents, and there are Democrats who watch this. And we all have differences of opinions. So let's be kind to one another. Even if you don't agree with necessarily what they say, how they feel, how you feel is valid. Okay? What you feel is valid. Now, you got to be able to listen to everybody else as much as they need to listen to you as well. So let's be gentle with each other, take care of one another, help one another, and support one another, because we are all going through this together, and we need to make it through together as a unit. So let's go back real quick. I'm trying to make this not a super long video. So I'm going to ask a question. Now, personally, this idea of declaring a national emergency, I don't believe was ever in Trump's mind until a reporter asked if he was going to use his executive power to declare emergency. And literally, that was like a seed that was planted in a person's mind who would have never have thought of it. But it suddenly was there. And instead of growing, nurturing and growing, it like exploded like fireworks in him. Like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So he would go back to his people, and his loyalists will be like, yeah, sure, you can do that. You can totally declare a state of emergency and take control and build that border wall if you're not going to get from whatever the Democrats, whatever their reasoning. And the problem is that Truman, I believe, tried to do that too while we were at war. He wanted to declare a state of emergency so he can seize control of the steel industry or the steel companies so that they can produce steel. And the Supreme Court said no. So what we're having here is that the question really isn't, will Trump declare a national emergency? It's a matter of, will he be allowed? Because yes, he wants to. It's in his field. He wants to do it. But the question becomes, will he be allowed to declare it? That is the true question. We have a situation where I firmly believe we have we have one branch that's doing an overreach of power, and then I have another branch of the government that I believe is not doing their duty to checks and balance. I know they are trying, they're trying, but there's a few roadblocks, and I believe that we've already identified some of those roadblocks. Not all of them, but some of them. So here we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit of an answer. So that's the reason why I'm going to frame this question the way I framed it. All right. Will Trump be allowed to declare a state of emergency? You have to understand, declaring a state of emergency, he will, in order to build his wall, that also includes seizing private land. So will the Supreme Court, will Congress protect the people? Okay, that's the question. Will the Congress or the Supreme Court protect the people who own these lands that will be seized if Trump declares it, if he's even allowed to? Will Trump be allowed to declare a national emergency, state of emergency, so that he can build his wall? All right. I'm going to do a cross. We're going to do a cross on this one. All right. Please help. Please help us understand. Please give us. All right, I hope it says no. All right, let's see. Where's the situation now? He's feeling victory. He's feeling victory. But is the outcome victory? Okay? He's feeling victory. He's feeling the power. He's feeling victory. He feels that he's got everybody. He is the king. He is riding his horse. He is marching towards victory. But what is that victory? Okay? What is that victory? Okay? Is the outcome victory too? The King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles crosses. So, money is supporting this. Somebody talked about agreements, Russian agreements with Russia using Russian steel. I'm wondering. So he's feeling very victorious. There's some money involved. This is also a very selfish card. So he's doing this for selfish reasons, right? He's doing this for selfish reasons. He wants glory. He wants a monument. He is this big person that people should be, putting him on a pedestal and adoring him. This is that type of king that is the challenge that is across. So I am wondering, this is his own persona that is sitting on top of this. So he is sitting in the situation. He's feeling pretty confident. He's feeling victorious, like he will make moves. I'm going to have to go watch the news because now I'm wondering what the heck is going on. Okay. Let's look at the past. Nostalgia card. So this is this idealistic past. This is the past of, maybe this is of Trump, of going in his past. He's got buildings erected with his name placed on top of it, and this is kind of that same type feeling. It's like, I want the wall erected with the name on top of it. So there's that idyllic past for him. Okay, there's this feeling of this idyllic past. All right, so underneath, he's being asked to temper himself. Okay, he's being asked for temperance, to temper himself, to not be impulsive. He's being asked to temper himself, not be impulsive. Okay, so he's being asked to temper himself, balance himself. This is a balancing card as well. So there's this idyllic past, there's this victory, and there's this selfishness. Okay, will Trump be allowed to declare state of emergency? All right, temperance. Let's see what the future says here. This is the near future. The White House. The home. So he is at this house. So the White House. Oh God, I'm being told that, yeah, this so far is saying that yes, he absolutely feels he is the absolute right. The White House absolutely has the absolute right. That all eyes will be upon the White House. Okay. That he will get this. All right, let's keep going. Oh, but there's sneakiness. He's doing it for ulterior motives. Gosh, is our government broken? Right, we're not there yet. This is the White House. This is the happy, this is the, the pillars. This is the rest at home. Time to rest, time to go at home, be happy. This would be the White House. So he is currently feeling victorious. This is, everything that is going on is for selfish reasons, which this is the overarching of the getting away with things, the sneaking away with things. The thieving card is right here. So this would match this. This is the nostalgia to the past, which I really would feel in Trump's case would be that he has been able to build buildings and put his name upon it. So this is that idyllic past for him. He's being asked to temper himself. So I really do think there are people who are trying to talk to him and tell him that, hey, look, this is what you can, this is what you can't do. Temper yourself. Don't get brash. Don't do something brash. This is about his future. It is within the White House. It is there might be some correlation here with victory that he will be allowed to do this, which would mean to me that Congress is still not doing checks and balances. If it goes to the Supreme Court, I don't know if the Supreme Court will act fast enough to do anything. But he's got some thievery going on in his energy. So for those of you who have brought up the idea that possibly there are some back deal doors, these cards currently are suggesting that something is going on behind the scenes. Okay. All right. How he sees himself now, he sees himself moving things forward. He sees himself charging forward. Okay, so this is the Chariot, and this is also, he sees himself as victory. Okay, so the Chariot is also success, which will sit there right here as well. Okay, so we got some successful energy here. Even though it's for selfish purposes, he's got some, so he sees himself, this would match this, okay? Because this is how he sees himself. This is the situation of where he is right now, and he's feeling victorious. All right. Oh boy. Let us move into the environment that he is in. Okay. This is the Two of Swords. The environment is blocking. There's decisions are not made. So if there's any checks and balances going on, they're all undecided about what to do. It's like we've never been faced with this before. There's no precedence on how to handle this type of situation. So they're kind of in a stalled situation. And because they're in a stalled situation on what to do, nobody's coming out and going, no, you can't do that. The only people that are doing that are like scholars, like, constitutional scholars. They're coming out and saying it, but you don't have Congress going, no, you can't do that. You don't have the Senate going, no, you can't do that. You don't have Mitch McConnell going, no, you can't do that. So they're kind of at this like crossroads and they just don't know what to do. So the environment is actually conducive to Trump. Okay, because Congress is not doing anything. They have the opportunity to block Trump, but I don't know if they're taking it. Ooh, I don't like this. So there is some, they have the opportunity to block him, but I don't see it taking. I just see it undecided. There's undecided how to handle him. They don't know how to handle him. And this is the thing that Trump is really good at. He's good at creating chaos. He's good at putting people off balance. And here we are. He has got everybody off balance and he's got the country on edge. Okay. Challenges. Tower. The challenge is to create a tower moment, or the fear is the tower moment, that this is not going to come to plan. He will, they will not be able to stop it. So the fear is not being able to stop it, or the tower moment for Trump is they're going to create a tower moment. So what is the plan here? It's like, are you still letting Trump hang himself on a noose to create a tower moment so that he creates a tower moment and falls? But the problem is that's going to cause a huge problem. It's going to be humongous. It's going to cause towers for everybody in that the citizens of the United States. It will cause towers within. It will ripple across our politics. They're fearing the tower. So, but this could also be that the fear is that wall is not going to happen for Trump, right? So even though he may be feeling victorious, it may not happen. And that's the fear, because, that's what he is hinging on to keep his base with him, is that he's going to build that wall. Okay. So outcome, the devil. Oh boy. The devil is here. Now, the devil's going to create a tower. The devil is involved in this, okay? This is greed. This is greed. This is greed. This is greed. This is all greed. But the devil will come in. It's almost like he might get what he wants. However, it's not going to be good for him. They may let him. It's almost like the devil has control. The devil has control of the situation. And this is the reason why he is feeling so powerful. All right, let's move on and do the last two. The truth will come out. So the devil will happen. The truth will come out. The Queen of Swords will come out. And she will come forth. All right? She will, even though, so this would almost be the checks and balances will come in after the fact, after the situation has occurred. All right? And it will put Trump into isolation. Oh, all right. What does this mean? What this means to me is that Trump is going to succeed in some fashion. He may not get his wall. He may not get his wall, but I ask the question, will he be able to declare a state of emergency? They're going to fabricate and create a problem. Oh my gosh. Okay. Remember when George W. Bush, in order to get Congress to approve for us to go into Iraq, they did the whole weapons of mass destruction. We later learned that it was a lie. And it obviously put Bush into kind of isolated him, right? It isolated them because that lie, and it tanked his approval rating. We're kind of looking at a similar situation here. There's lies. Lies are being used to create this situation. And they are going to, so what it looks like is that Trump is going to do something. I don't know if it's going to be a state of emergency. I see that Congress is not going to check and balance him. I don't see justice coming in right away. I do see justice coming in after the fact. So in other words, we're acting too late. Okay, so it's going to happen. There's lies that are going to facilitate this. The lies are going to come forward and facilitate this. He will probably do something. There are people behind the scenes telling him that he cannot do it. They're trying to get him up to speed on, history. But the problem is that it doesn't matter. He feels like he's the king. He feels victorious. He feels the chariot. He is moving forward towards victory. The environment he knows is undecided. They don't know what to do with him, and he's using it to his advantage. The tower moment is here. That is his hopes is to build that wall. His fears, it won't come to fruition, and it will cause, and I don't even think it's even in his mind that it would cause him ruin. Okay? I just don't think it's there. But the devil, deceit. Deceit is used to create what he wants. The truth will come out. We'll put a halt for this because it will put him into isolation with the hermit. So, all right. I want to say that Congress will come in and put a stop. I want to say that the Supreme Court would come in and say, no, you can't. I want somebody to come in and say, no, you can't. And I want him to listen, but it doesn't seem like he's going to listen. He's going to try to do it anyways. He's going to do it anyways, and that's why the devil's up here, okay? But the truth will come out, and it will isolate him. All right. It wasn't the outcome I was hoping for, but I sure hope these cards are wrong, that he is stopped. Maybe someone strong can come in. Maybe Congress will come in and block. Okay, they will do a block instead of this undecided motion. Maybe, but it looks like that it will happen, but it will happen after he's already done it. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will talk to you soon. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.